G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us today, or tonight, depending on where you are. Right, now you might have guessed from the title card, or the title on this video, we're talking everything Warhammer Old World today. Yes, now, so GW announced that they're going to be re-releasing Warhammer Old World a few years ago now. I think they figured out that with the success of the Warhammer Total War series, that there was a demand for the old school Warhammer. Not to knock Age of Sigmar, a lot of people out there like their Age of Sigmar and like their very high fantasy, but I think with Total War, it definitely created a larger fan base and created that demand again for the old factions, like the Empire and the Dwarves and whatnot. So yeah, but very recently on the rumour mill, just with how everything's going with the increase on the Warhammer community page, and just seeing generally on different channels and whatnot, there's a lot more talk about Old World coming out, a little bit more information coming out, a little bit more snippets, and it seems that a few people in the community are leaning towards a release maybe next year. So yeah, like I think next year would be, it would be great, but I'm leaning to 2024. GW seems to have a lot on their plate at the moment, but then again, they've been releasing things with a lot less notice. I mean, you look at the squats. But yeah, they came out of nowhere and bam, it was like, oh yeah, here's a snippet and here's an army. So yeah, GW have been banging out a lot of stuff lately. So who knows, 2023 might be the year for Warhammer Old World. Now, if it is the case with that, I'm looking forward to it. I want to jump back into it. Back in the day, I used to play Warhammer. I think most people had a stage where they played Warhammer along with 40k and whatnot. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I had, when I started back in the day, I had dwarves, I had vampire counts, I had empire, I had chaos dwarfs, old school chaos dwarfs with big hats and the curly beards. I had those guys. I had some ogres. I had a bit of everything. Yeah. So I don't really know what armies are coming out next year with maybe next year, coming out with the Old World. I know that they're going to be they're going to have the Empire, and there's talk of Britannia and Kislev and the dwarves and vampire counts, and I know the setting is during the Three Emperors phase, so I think it's sometime around the Great War against Chaos when the Empire under Magnus the Pious sent a relief force to Kislev and did the whole Winged Hussars, when the Winged Hussars arrived and relieved Kislev, the capital, and did all that. So I think it's set prior to those events. Don't quote me on that. I've read a bit in pieces here and there, but the thing is, the question is really, what army am I going to collect? I would love to collect dwarfs again. Everyone loves a good dwarf army, and they're very reminiscent to the sort of style of play I play with my Horus Heresy. Like, I like my gun lines and I like my static shooting and I like my heavy infantry, so dwarfs would be nice. But I do have a soft spot for vampires. I do love my horde armies. I have had quite a few zombies with my Death Guard armies, and so making a nice big horde army would be great. Then there's the Empire. The Empire is always good. Everyone loves a good human protagonist, and just fighting against overwhelming odds and fighting against the big nasties in the world. So who knows where I could lean to. But yeah, like, I think the thing at the moment might be deciding factor for me is just looking at the current Age of Sigmar line. Because I'd like to get a jump on the whole war, get a jump on and start making an army. And looking at the Age of Sigmar line as it is, with what I can do, I've looked at them, and the Empire looks pretty good. Like, they've still got the state troops, and they've still got great swords and pistoliers, and they've got a lot of units still from back in the day before everything jumped to Age of Sigmar. So I think doing the Empire is a viable option. It's just having the stuff in store. It's not really there. I like going into a store and grabbing a box, and unfortunately they don't have that. So if I went with the Empire route, I'd have to order everything, and waiting for everything to come in stock online at the moment is a bit of an issue. So there's that to look out. Dwarfs, there's nothing really for dwarfs anymore. They got fairly gutted with the whole Age of Sigmar. Yeah, you've got your Kakaradon Overlords and your Frey Slayers and all that, but if you want a pure old school army of dwarfs, your shield wall with gun lines and artillery and all that, you're not going to get that with the current Age of Sigmar line. There's a few models, but you're not going to get it. They don't have artillery, they don't have Quellers or Thunderers, they don't have any of that good stuff. So dwarves might have to wait until the actual drop for Warhammer Old World comes out. Now, vampire counts, they are looking at what they are currently out at the moment. I think they are my best option. They have models available in store. They are fairly easy to get a hold of. And yeah, their range survived pretty well with the jump to Age of Sigmar. So you can get your skeletons and your zombies and your vampires and all that. You can actually make a fairly decent old school vampire counts army. Now, for the sake of having to build this army and maybe waiting until Warhammer Old World comes out, yeah, I might play some Age of Sigmar. So I think if I was to do an army, it would be the vampire counts under the banner of the Soul Blight Gravelords. So yeah, but anyway, that's just my thoughts and theories on the subject. Yeah, so yeah, that's my rant. If you want to join in and let us know your thoughts, just chuck a comment down below. Yeah, give us a like, give us a share. Tell us what you think. Are you looking forward to it? I am. So, yeah. Thanks for joining us, and I'll catch you later. Bye.